All right, now we're doing 7Q Powers of I. This is by P. McLean, and 86% of people like it. So I is the imaginary unit, going back to algebra, whatever. And it's defined by I squared equals -1. Therefore, it is a solution to x squared plus 1 equals 0, because it's got to be, x squared has got to be -1. So thus. All right. So we're going to complete the function puffy that returns I to the power of a given non-negative integer in its simplest form as a string. The answer may contain I. Okay. All right. So with this one, first gut reaction is to do something like, for me at least, let I equal -1 to the 1/2 power, and then come down here and say in to the I power. And to me that would make sense. No, excuse me, I to the n power. I to the n power. And to me that makes sense, but not to a computer. So we're going to have to get a little creative, right? Let's get rid of this right here. And we'll might as well put this in concise syntax. Say const puffy equals n, and then the rest of it just turn it into an arrow. So down here, what we're going to have to do with this is we're going to have to make an array, and we're going to have to access the array with a remainder operator thing. So let's fill up this array first. So let's say if I to the 0 was a thing, what would that be? We would say something like, if I to the 0, it would be 1, right? Because anything to the 0th power is 1. So I to the 1 would be I, right? So I to the 0, I to the 1, what is that? Index 0, index 1, all right? So if it's I squared, what would that be? -1, right? So let's put -1 right here. And then right here, what's I to the 3rd? So that would be I squared times I, right? So that would mean, excuse me, yeah. So it's I times -1, which would make it -I, right? And then to the 4th power would be back to 1, right? So for this, we would just do something like this. In remainder operator 4. That way, if the remainder is 1, it'll be this. If the remainder is, if the remainder is 0, it'll be this. If the remainder is 1, this. Remainder 2, this. Remainder 3, this. And then back around remainder 4, this. And that's just how exponents work. And let's test that out. And look at that, just like that. And attempt it and submit it. All right, you see, pretty much there it is right there. We're doing a switch statement, same thing, 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 and you just keep going. It's all the same, basically. So 47us plus these folks, and P. McLean, him or herself, said so. Best practice in my opinion. Very much like it, and we'll see you next time.